sample size. It was like 70-ish games, and he had like a 55% win rate maybe. But
Gotcha.
I think it shows that like when it is a good Sven game, it can just, it can be great and win you the game.
Speaking about good hero matchups, I really like Abaddon against Phoenix, Dragon Eye, Wraith King. Actually, it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
The Aphotic Shield, even like removing Fire Spirits, a lot of times as a Phoenix, you drop the Fire Spirits, you drop your ulti, and then you just have to be like, okay, I hope it works out. But if Abaddon throws a shield on the right guy at the right time, they lose all that damage over time, and they just sprint to the egg and usually kill it pretty fast. So I kind of like it as a pick. And
it's likely I wouldn't say it's a fata hero with support Nature's Prophet, but it really could be either. I think I like it as a core because you want to farm an item to get rid of global, like Greaves, and then you can Greaves off the silence and then purge off the silence using your shield on a teammate. So you get like a double purge out of it.
It could work.
But with that said, Nature's Prophet could just as easily be a core and put Abaddon support. Maybe Puppy's like, my turn to play Clinks. He saw Kura do it. He saw Fly do it. I'm a 5-position captain as well. I'm playing Clinks, guys.
They want the experience.
Come on, Puppy.
Take it over.
Do the Clinks, Puppy.
He's like, you know what, guys? I'm done buying wards. I don't need this.
If that somehow happened, I would just be so confused about what's happening. It's like those captains would have like some kind of weird pact. But it's Ace. He plays a lot of Clinks in pub games, and even before this last like 2 weeks of Clink spam, he's a guy who I saw months ago playing this.
All right, so Prophet from the 5 position, not that weird here. Is Resolution playing Dragonite, so very possibly going to be a safe lane DK in this game. And yeah, DK +1, and maybe a Wraith King Silencer on the other one, so I guess Phoenix Dragonite maybe. Very defensive, maybe too weak. That lane feels kind of dead though. Like safe lane Dragonite is just so weak offensively. Like can tank the Prophet, so I guess they want to match up there or against the Clinks. I'm not sure.
It may be where you just want to send, like you say, it's the kind of weak passive lane. That Phoenix is probably a hero that just wants to get levels and not fight, whereas Silencer probably a little bit stronger than the Phoenix as far as pairing up with Wraith King.
I mean, both supports don't even match up well against Abaddon either is the other thing. Like Curse of Sound, dispel it. You take a little bit of Fire Spirits, you can dispel that too. Even like Wraith King Stun, you can dispel the magic damage, a little bit of magic damage afterwards. It feels like Abaddon is very effective against the skills he's up against this game, but maybe he won't be able to outlast his opponents, perhaps. Who knows? Well, we're jumping into the game. That's going to be game 1 of Secret versus VGJ Storm. So,
see the hero spam. Say Yaps are level 12 Shaker, and you are level 12 TA.
Dirty spammers, man.
Yeah, I mean Shaker, I'm okay with people spamming that here, but TA, those 10th pick TAs in pubs. Come on, guys.
Just sit around hitting mid creeps all day, and then they go jungle, and then they're like, "Oh, cool, I've got a Deso," and yeah.
And you can stack your ancients using traps. You don't even have to go and stack it yourself. Like,
yeah, that one's pretty crazy right now. So this is gonna be Phoenix plus Dragonite, just a defensive lane, I guess. They're gonna try to match this up most likely against the Nature's Prophet or the what's the other hero, the Clinks perhaps, just sustain some of the damage. But for now, sitting pretty defensive, waiting to see if their enemies show up.
Yeah, if Snaking does get too close, he may reveal the lanes here with that ward being planted.
They did spot a Silencer in the mid lane very briefly. Might have been intentional here.
And Treant's poking around, trying to see what they can find.
There's no information yet for either team, except for maybe this time. They got some pings on it, but yeah, it's not going to find anybody. They saw that one coming at the ward. So no information. This is a really important aspect of the game, actually. Do you feel like there's certain lanes that teams really want here in terms of the matchups? That's hard to say. I mean, it looks like they're actually going to have Clinks mid, so Clinks versus TA mid. So that would put SF in a safe lane, which is kind of scary. Ooh. So I guess, yeah, you put him in the lane where they don't have much offensive pressure. I guess that makes a lot of sense. So rotating things around rather than gamble on him being against the TA mid and maybe getting outplayed and stuff. Just get free last hits against the guy. Yeah, you're not going to out-harass him, but later on you will when you have solo advantage, I guess.
He won't, but Nature's Prophet sure as hell can too. That's what we've seen a few times. Not the Blightstone build, triple Fairy Fire from Puppy.
This is cool. Hitting for 70 damage, just about. It's one way to deal with a Stout Shield.
His own twist on it. Phoenix drawing lines as if he's going to go pull some creeps from behind the tower. We'll see if that's the case later on, but...
Wow, this is really tough for your war here.
Yeah. That's where I feel like we've seen mostly kind of safe lane Clinkses, but in the pubs it's been mid. It is very good in lane because it outranges most mids, out-harasses, and very hard to deal with.
Man, they were really expecting
wow,
the
that's
shadow
raise.
And all of a sudden, everything looks really bad for VGJ Storm. I mean, look at this harass. The cool thing about having a attack modifying ability like this is that it doesn't drag aggro from the creeps. You can actually just sit here and constantly attack your opponents. Look at the harass. Like, he's already out of regen.
Yep. Ace will burn through his mana, but all it takes is, a clarity or a mango and you're good to go. That's not really a big deal.
And it's still been difficult for Yawar to get last hits on the board here, just because Clinkz hit so hard. And now he's got Strafe as well, so if he ever does end up trading hard with Yawar, he can just become invulnerable to those range right clicks. Crazy good advantage.
He's making it feel like he's played this matchup before, if anything.
Yeah, absolutely.
How he's just gone right into lane and prioritized the harass there, not caring about his early last hits, knowing he can get those later. You zone out this TA, then you get your last hits. And that's how you can win this lane. Second salve already queued up for Yawar after already chewing through his first.
And he's making him work for this one.
This is, yeah, the glyph in these mid lanes can be just so impactful. And a hero like Clinkz is one of the better heroes to take advantage because you can actually attack enemies under tower without drawing the aggro.
He's finally almost out of mana, but he's still going to have another 4 arrows here. Just constantly attacking,
yep.
Man. I even feel like Yawar's messing up his last hits a little bit because of all this pressure, not necessarily expecting the lane.
That's going to be kind of tilty, just having arrows. That was, what, 300 mana worth of searing arrows or something just chucked at him? He just got right-clicked 30 plus times.
Caught it. Snake King is alive, though.
Yeah, use the skellies, I guess. I mean, they were involved. He summoned them, so...
We'll call it a skelly kill. Those are the best anyways. Fissure to break the salve. That's got to feel bad. Back to getting last hits. Now here's a full HP Abaddon with a shield prepped. Time to harass.
You saw this in some of the games Matu when he gave up First Blood, though. He comes back to lane and you've got the HP advantage. Suddenly, you're actually not in too bad a shape. Particularly with the cancelled salve.
And they can't even get close right now. It's so scary for them to approach, but both of them low on HP, and now the dive comes. Fissure is going to block him out. He's going to have to run to the trees, but I don't think he's going to make it. Yeah. Prophet's like, we got this one, no problem. Very dead hero. And now the tower's just taking damage.
Oh, he TP'd to that tower with no health? What? I don't think that was intentional, or if it was, it's Snake King's definitely immediately regretting it. Because he's going to respawn and have to walk back to lane now. That was...
Wow, that was actually hugely...
Ooh.
I think he didn't expect to get dived and killed there, but I mean, as soon as he TP'd in, they were ready.
That was one of those moments he should just walk back to base and then TP to lane. Like, it sucks to have that downtime, but...
Does get a lot of buyout at least. I mean, he's got a boots, he's got a Quelling Blade, Magic Stick, Raindrop, so they'll have some laning advantage, but that is very costly for him. On the mid lane, Tia is actually doing fine, 13 and 10. The biggest downside, obviously, is that she's had to spend a lot of money on regen items just to go even, whereas Clinkz on the other side has been spending that on getting farther ahead in terms of items. So not a massive advantage, but Clinkz has certainly been doing a really good job.
And now with the extra bit of range, it's becoming a whole lot easier, getting 2 points in the side blades, in fact. So really prioritizing some extra range, some extra harass, and giving Clinkz a bit of his own medicine.
Poor guy. That DD would have helped a lot. Trade hits a little better, stuff like that. Rezo's gonna dive a little bit. Will there be follow-up? Sort of.
And mid one's gonna turn and throw raises. He's not looking too afraid.
Just a little harass.
Can't really, and maybe lose 2 CS, you know? Fire spirits, but...
True. Caught that kill. Apparently the lane to watch is the top lane. I was expecting more mid one dives. I mean, it is a Dragon Knight, right?
He literally got dove, though, under the tower, and DK's done, though.
Fissure barely missing Snake King there, other side of that Fissure, and that's a dead hero, most likely.
He's almost lost all his raindrops here, which is... I mentioned him coming back to lane with the raindrops, Quelling Blade, and it feels nice, but he also came back to lane with no tangos, no salve. So you're still very much in the laning stage where you need to be, still with as much regen as possible. You can't go to lane with 0 regen, or you're going to get bullied.
See if the Phoenix goes for the other bounty rune. It's kind of dangerous now.
The dive.
Doesn't want to throw his life away, I suppose.
one right click from a SF, yeah.
That's 3 bounty runes for the Radiant team. Really nice grab for them. Both feel happy with that. Nice triple salve. Still some kind of low levels on secret side, but gold-wise they're really doing well. 2k advantage at this point is a huge lead. It's not always so high, but the lane swap made a huge difference.
Yep. How's Clinkz doing? He hasn't hit level 6 yet. Something a lot of these Clinkz players like to do is get this level 6 around now with the catapult, and you death pact the catapult and then push with your own. You've suddenly got this catapult advantage, and you can put a lot of pressure on the enemy tower.
Oh, no. Okay,
But
he can still ulti it. It's just not going to give him as much HP. But next creep that dies, he'll be able to pick it up.
if the TA had one less deny, he would have maybe got his level 6 there, but
See if he's
gets his soul ring at the perfect time, and there we go.
Still goes for it. Still gives him some HP and some damage. So
Top lane, it looks like some big dives are happening.
I don't like catching kills in the top lane. God, that ain't me.
I just saw like Radiant Heroes behind you, and I was like, okay, well this isn't normal.
That certainly matters. He's stunning this siege creep here, trying to get it killed.
Yeah, he wants to kill it before the next dive happens.
they're
But
shielding.
yeah, they kept it alive, so a lot of tower pressure happening, and Clinks is actually rotated. Forget pressuring T1 mid. He wants to come top. Yep, he's going to get the kill on Snaking, and unfortunately they couldn't keep that siege alive, but getting a kill and some damage is definitely decent enough on its own.
Doing a great job just pressuring the top lane. Very hard for them to stabilize this. And Wraith King just seems like he's definitely good in the lane, but he needs a couple levels, it seems like, before he's really good. Like 2 points in his Mortal Strike. He's level 5 now. He's good at stunning, but he's not good at stabilizing, it seems like. There's a lot of other heroes just can abuse him.
Yeah. Spawn another raindrop, so it's just like constant regen usage and money being expended early on just to try and secure a better lane and some CS, but you're dying if you're not getting that better lane in CS. It's very costly.
So Resolution on the bright side is doing great as the technically off-lane Dragonite. 33 CS for him, but here comes the gank.
Jinx him.
Oh, that was actually such a good stun. Oh, that was just incredible. Like how he knew exactly what was going on there. Fissure lands. All he got to do is stun the SF and TP. He did not hesitate in the slightest.
Knew the SF only had the long rays left, so he was not going to be able to get in range for that.
That was awesome. Really good escape there.
But it's still ultimately, I don't feel like that matters for Secret because they're still in a position where they're going to be pressuring the tier 1 and constantly farming. SF getting more farm than the DK down here, and also just SF getting farm in general is always going to be a problem.
Yeah, there's some big net worth outliers there for both the Clinks and the SF having a great game so far. But I mean, level 6 on Dragonite at least gives him the ability to group and start pushing around. Good time for an Invis rune. That was very lucky.
Yeah.
Definitely a dead hero otherwise. Ace blowing up the mid tower at least. Thing to do when TA leaves the lane, just hit his buildings.
Even when TA's there, what are you going to do? The Death Pact is kind of free health in a way. You can get down to half health, but...
Missed nothing on the top lane.
No.
Puppy trying to score a kill on his homie, but not able to secure that one either.
Secured the CS though.
There's been a lot of damage being dealt on the top lane, and now he's pulling this Invis into the top lane. They did spot him though with their sentries, so they do know he's in the area. They might try to outplay him. Okay, they see him now.
They're going to pop the Mango Yapster though. He initiates first, and I think VGJ Storm thought they had the better of him. They may still get this kill. Oh, the crit.
He was very dead. I think he had a couple arcane curses there.
Yeah.
Unfortunately for them. I think they mangoed Wraith King is what happened.
Yeah, he must have just brought that out because it was not on him earlier, but...
He read his moment. Perfect.
Everybody's least favorite item being rushed on Abaddon.
What's that?
Vlad's.
I actually am kind of a Vlad's fan right now. The 1 mana for everybody on your team is kind of crazy if you think about it. That's 5 mana per second for your whole team. And against things like TA and Wraith King, they are right clickers. You know, he's going to be able to push towers.
It's all physical damage from those 3 heroes at least. Phoenix gives some magic, but that sounds pretty good.
Them skellies, dude. They're strong. Level 7 on him.
Yeah. Holding that ulti point for now.
Holding his infused raindrop. I think I did actually see an Urn Wraith King on a different stream.
Yeah.
Briefly.
It's in that like 3/4 position in the offlane. It's definitely, I think Pasha even did it on...
Okay.
Not in the pro game, but in the pub game.
Well, they kept the tower above deny range, so at least they can probably still take this if they can kill the trees. But bounty runes are up, and looks like VGJ Storm will be able to get 2 at least. So pretty standard items across the board. The only weird one is maybe the Vlads. Prepping to defend the tower.
Yeah, these tower denies are so valuable, and there we go. It's in deny range, so even if Secret don't get kills off of this, they're going to be pretty happy, and very likely, yeah, they're about to say they kill SVG. That's a squishy little silencer. Rezo is kind of being tickled by these right clicks. It won't bring him down, but they get a kill on silencer. They have a tower deny available to them.
Yeah, they do. That's not bad. On the bright side for Snaking, though, he's going to be getting some farm in the meantime, but Shadow Fiend rotates over, takes a camp, takes a shrine, and should be able to defend this no problem. Double raise maybe, kill the skeletons.
is under attack.
I don't know if that's enough damage.
This'll do it.
Wow. Okay, it is enough.
Kind of an interesting ulti usage, but honestly, he's not going to get a good ulti.
Purely for the
anytime
damage
now.
reduction, yeah.
Damage reduction deals with slows down the skeleton so he can gap close and get the double raise off. I think it was fine.
Yeah.
One skill point could have been his passive. Absolutely fine.
I'm not meant to clear. You don't need to slow down the skeletons. They
That's
stand
true.
still.
That's a great point.
I would have agreed normally, but I was like, wait a second, I play Wraith King.
They don't know how to run. We fight to the death. I mean, that's number 2, that is.
All right. In any other unit in the game, absolutely.
Yeah, watch out, he'll micro them. Yeah, it didn't happen. Oh, another great kill that I caught. That's a dead Fada here.
Yep.
War rotating over. Not many items, but enough to secure kill. He did use his ultimate in the... No, that was probably in that fight as well. Still hasn't quite finished his Vlad's. I kind of wish he maybe got a phase first, personally. Their initial chase was like kind of pathetic. It's like, please slow down.
Just that one kind of small item along the way, yeah.
Yeah. Again, once it's finished, it's very strong.
Yep. And Arcane's queued up. It looks like he may want to prioritize giving some mana to his team. Going full support utility.
Nope, that's later. 2 clarities prepped. Like, I need the Vlads now.
Yeah.
I think they're probably just ready to push, and if you combo with Nature's Call, actually, that's really where they get the benefit. 4 armor to all of those treants, pushing towers. That'll be really good for taking buildings.
And Clinks is a very good early pusher. Although
Spot ace.
gets found out by himself. It's something can be very crippling as a Clinks. You're roaming around trying to just invade the enemy jungle, but if they have these sentry observers, you're a very easy kill if you're alone.
That was a great find. It's a common spot for people to enter the jungle right up through the middle, so that's why you put those pairs there. Top tower looking to be dead. Even Nature's Prophet showing up, spawn some treants here, so dead tower. In the meantime, VGJ Storm going to try to do the same thing in the mid lane, but that tower's pretty full HP, so I expect we might see a response here. You know, Vlad's flying out, so no skellies to be spoken of either. And great smoke on the backside too. MSS waiting to see if he needs to initiate. But yeah, that's all we'll get out of it.
If anything, VGJ welcome a team fight at this point with Global and Supernova available, but Secret happy to just take these towers and then just TP in a hero that you can't kill and who can defend that tower in the Abaddon.
Incredible stun. Thing to save some tower damage.
Yep.
No, nothing too weird. Straightforward, pushing across the map, looking for pickoffs. Rezo still power farming. How's net worth, actually? Only a couple minutes late. Very, very good for VGJ Storm. I mean, the Abaddon is actually really struggling in terms of his total farm amounts in comparison to maybe a normal circumstance, especially how hard they won their lane. It feels like maybe it should have been a little higher, but...
Yeah, there is a 2k gold for Secret, but yeah, looking at the net worth, it's kind of in the supports, because Silencer has 600, and then both Radiant supports are at 2.5. But that's kind of okay for Secret, because even though the Abaddon's having a bad game, Shaker's going to have a pretty early blink.
Snake King getting gone on here. It's going to have Wand if needed, but a lot of damage to Yapsor. Great ulti. That's definitely going to cost his life, though. There's no way it doesn't go.
Snake King has the 1 charges for the reincarnation if he wants to use them. And yeah,
watch out for the Vlads. Careful.
He's getting slowed. With the box from the treants, he's probably... Is he going to skill ulti? I don't think he's just going to die twice if you do, so...
Yeah, definitely. They have really weak disables, but you know, if you're dead for 4 seconds or whatever, it's pretty easy to catch up there. Definitely helps to have a tanky strength support when you get gone on like that, but good attempt at the Sunray or the ulti by Phoenix, but that was basically all he could do there. He would have died a little faster otherwise. Tough engagement for VGJ Storm, losing their carry, losing their support, losing their egg as well. More pushing out for Fada makes all the split push, and that was where like Abaddon becomes really effective. Like, even though individually he doesn't do that much, if he just shows up to a tower like this, every single one of your creeps takes like 2 more tower hits. It really adds up in the long run.
Snake King going to TP back in. Still has that ulti point, I believe, available as he's going to get impressed away. And Clinks just deletes MSS, knowing there's no Supernova to play around with. Just straight and right click to victory. Nice global silence to just kind of secure a retreat here. Fata ultimate has been popped and he's just going to try and heal up what he can, but unfortunately not taking too much damage means he's not getting healed up immediately. Shaker, nice little fissure, catches the backlines. SVG also sets things up for Fata to stay alive. Shield himself, denies as well. Clinks getting kind of blocked out by the fissure, but he managed to get a couple more kills for his team, and unfortunately for Wraith King, he levels his ultimate, but he doesn't have too many friends here to help him out.
Not for long.
Yeah, Phoenix has just respawned, but Clinks with another stray, his second of this team fight, just got himself a triple kill.
He's just picking off every hero in this game. It's they can't defend themselves. So MSS reacting a little bit late with the fire spirits, but I don't think it was going to make a difference. He was still going to die in that fight.
Oh. And Clinks, the death pack wore off just at the end of that fight. He had a javelin as well, I believe, for it. We talked about the different item builds. You mentioned Maelstrom as one, and just the build up with this casual javelin gives you such a big boost in right-click damage.
Like 25 magic per hit on average, so very effective, especially against like a Dragon Knight. Maybe this is why he's diversifying a bit. Helps him push lanes as well, but they made it work for the Abaddon kill. The biggest loss actually was the Global Silence. They tried to cast it so that the shield from Abaddon wouldn't come off and save the Clinks, but he got it off right before the Global Silence, and that's ultimately what made the chase really rough in the first place. So that Global Silence comes off just a little bit earlier. That entire engagement is a lot better for VGJ Storm, so that was a big teamfight loss for him.
You see TA just continuing to farm Blink there, so the kind of TA timing most TA players will know and love. That's when you feel like you can just do so much, take Roshan, secure towers, really get involved, start controlling the pace of this game. But
and Shadow Fiend being pretty safe too, going for a Manto first. It's pretty effective against Wraith Fire Blast. You'll see it coming. You can usually dodge it. You can dodge Dragon Knight stun. You can dodge TA meld strikes. Things like that are great for keeping his HP, making it go a lot farther. So I think it's a fine build. He's forced to play safe, kind of.
Yeah, I mean, for the same reason they picked Abaddon, and that it's a good hero with the shield able to dispel things. Manta is basically another way to dispel all these things. Fire spirits, global silence. Has an added bonus of being good against TA refraction with the Manta illusions to quickly break it.
Abaddon shifting mid now. Definitely don't want to stick around with the TA. It's kind of scary there. She can deal with your HP really quick. Almost Deso on her. Still sitting top net worth. But I feel like we've definitely felt so much impact from Ace. Yeah, 8-1-1 right now.
Yes. He's getting farmed through, killing heroes, getting involved, pushing towers, whereas TA, no, farming ancients, stacking ancients.
Could maybe see a Dragon Knight killed. Sentry's very likely to scout him out though, like the positioning. Kind of hard to de-ward being over here. But pick up the illusion rune and they'll start on rush after they kill this. That was very smart how they delayed that. Although I guess there was Clink's illusion, so they should know Clink's is there. I don't know if they can defend this. Very unlikely, but
yeah, Reincarnation's still on cooldown, so one of the heroes you expect to just run in and be a frontliner isn't really feeling too comfortable to do so. And Secret stop Roshan because they're quite happy to take this team fight.
Skellies are in, doing lots of damage, but good global silence delay things. But Silencer gets picked off almost immediately, and Snaking, that's going to be his whole life. Just completely separated by the fissure, and they were just not able to do anything.
Puppy, he's not done. He's TP'd in, going on DP. You can't really deal with the egg immediately, and they're kind of ignoring it. They found bigger fish. It's Rezo, the Dragon Knight. He's almost being brought down. Not quite. Ace is chasing after him with the Skeleton Walk, but back in the main fight, it's Nature's Prophet burnt to a crisp as Fantas all he can do is deny himself with a miscoil. And Secret in full retreat off of a snaking buyback. It feels like Storm have just secured this team fight, taken a tier 1 and stopped Roche from going down.
I actually can't believe they won that fight. That was crazy to me. If it wasn't for the fact that they were approaching up high ground, the Dragon Knight had like 1 billion armor and the egg was up there, that fight was so lost. But like, did you see how far Puppy went with life this engagement? Like, he just kept taking damage. He's taking melt strikes and just eating through it. I think a lot of that was Dispel, obviously, removing some of the armor reduction from the meld, but man, they really took it to VGJ Storm there and made it hard.
Yeah, Rezo's build, and you see this armlet DK a bit more often on these like more carry-oriented players, but that really helped save his life there. Just able to armlet toggle, get the extra armor. And even so, it's still Secret who go right back into the Roshan pit. They are adamant that Roche is theirs for the taking, and it sure as hell is. No contest this time around.
No global silence, no egg either, so definitely what's going to happen, but don't think Storm should be too unhappy. Considering how the game was going, I think that was a great grab. Almost, yeah, Blade Mail's up now for Wraith King. Definitely something he's been needing, so needs some raw armor against all the minus armor that they're up against. A couple of medallions, actually, both Nature's Prophet and the Clink's carrying one, so that plus the SF passive, he's getting killed way too fast.
See what Secret look to achieve while having this Aegis. They just play things kind of slow, steady, get map control, push a few outer towers here and there if they go for something a bit more bold.
GPM now on MSS. gonna be pretty happy. Everyone else just kind of AFK farming, whereas Secret's pressuring the map a little more. This is kind of a nice thing to do when you're up against the Clinks. Just farm kind of in areas near each other. That way if somebody does get caught, you can back them up. Especially with the blink on Dragon Knight, they can absolutely do that. Land crucial stuns. Like how he dealt with this. Didn't kill the sentry, doesn't want them to know he's there, but put the observer ward far enough away that it won't get detected. So prepping for the top push, and MSS is going to be in position behind the tower. This is a little scary. Very, very possible Clinks is sitting behind the tower, but he'll spot him.
They do have all their ultimates back up now on the VGJ side, but even so, they're going to let this tier 2 go down. They don't want to fight into Aegis. They're going to look to find trades elsewhere on the map.
Yep. Pushing as much as they can, but tower dies pretty quick, and this will be high ground in a second.
Yeah, that's one way to force those TPs back. And Secret already showing Fada in the bottom lane. Reveal, no, we're not going for any kind of a high ground push. You guys are safe to defend and farm this top lane. Unless Shaker has an opening to use a good Blink Echo.
Yeah, he's probably looking for like a Silencer, Phoenix, something like that, and the creep wave could get a kill maybe. Let's see, Abaddon change of mind, going for a mech, probably Greaves like you were expecting.
Yeah, I wonder if he even kind of regrets going for those phase boots. It's going to be a bit of inefficiency to go double boots, but I've seen this before on some of these heroes that like to lane with phase boots and then want to Greaves later on to purge off things like Global Silence.
Yeah, it's definitely really good this game, so I don't blame him if he goes back for it, but either way, it seemed like he was queuing up Radiance, like he was on a good trajectory. The last couple of fights has to keep denying himself, taking a little bit too much damage. And once again, VGJ Storm kind of just hit creeps again.
They've got good heroes to do it. DK can just farm those Ancients with his ulti form. TA, fantastic as well. And also just keep all these lanes farmed and pushed out using the trap damage. Level 3 traps now online. Now that TA is already level 18. That's actually quite incredible.
They almost caught Yapster. Did spot him briefly, but TP on out. So they're still keeping a gold advantage though. We've seen 4K advantage here for Secret for a while now. So it's not really going up that much. If anything, stagnating a little, considering everybody's farming, but it comes down to execution again.
This game feels okay for VGJ Storm if they can kind of keep all their core scaling. They need DK, they need Wraith King to chip in when it gets to the kind of more later game stages, because TA is a hero that does fall off post 30 minutes, 35 minutes. And VGJ side does have that great team fight. Supernova, Global Silence, they've got plenty of ways to take these big engagements, even if they are slightly down in gold.
It just comes down to how do they initiate. Right now, Snake King's trying to finish a Blink Dagger, but him walking into a team fight with Blade Mail on to try to go for a stun just doesn't feel good to me. Like maybe if you can find an opening or smoke in and get a stun on the crucial hero, but before he gets Blink Dagger, it just feels way too hard for Storm to get value. But by the time he gets the Blink Dagger, a couple of crucial heroes are going to have BKB on their side, so I don't know. It felt okay for them teamfight wise, but it's hard for them to force engagements at this stage. And that if you can't force engagements, it's hard to use Silencer ulti, so there's a lot of problems that they're encountering at the moment.
Maybe about to change. Just mentioned the blink on Snake King could be a tipping point for them. Well as items like BKB on TA, which yeah, that's there now, so.
And think of all the lifesteal they have too. Lifesteal aura from Wraith King on Templar Assassin and Dragon Knight. Is that going to matter? Probably not, but
it's definitely nice. It's because the aura is good when you have long drawn out fights, and that is going to happen when you have very tanky heroes like DK. I feel like that's the one spell, like Wraith Kings often don't even level the aura because of just how kind of bad it is. I feel like lifesteal is only good on certain heroes in certain situations, but the longer a fight, the better lifesteal is, and that's exactly what VGJ Storm's draft can do.
Especially super late game situations, lifesteal can be pretty amazing. So there's definitely some times where it could matter on TA. Definitely, he's going to spot out the Clinks. Good BKB TP instantly. That'll be an Aegis usage for the Shadow Fiend, so just bought them some time to farm. No Aegis going to the enemy team. Next one will be Cheese. I think it's going to be a lot of Aegises this game, that's for sure.
It was like a very steady, stable play coming out from VGJ Storm. Very different approach to the Liquid and OG series, where it was like, let's just keep on butting our heads into them, fighting our way through this one. VGJ Storm's like, we don't need kills, we just need our items, we just need to kind of hit these timings that we play well around. We have this good team fight, we scale reasonably well, and if we just wait out an Aegis, we're in good shape.
Boy, can he kill towers. That is impressive. They see the slow on him, they might be able to catch him. They've got a dust on Phoenix, but he goes for the teleport. Yeah, good choice. Picking the trees, very low chance they're getting able to connect, and No Clinks kill. So pretty much everybody's got the items they want, more or less. Even Puppy getting very close to his, whatever the heck that thing is called that I forgot about.
The casual Vip Booster? What's that combined with?
The urn.
Oh, the urn, yeah, of course. I was like,
the Spirit Vessel, there we go.
I saw the medallion and the drums, I'm like, wait, what?
Yeah, it was a bit of a weird build, for sure.
No. Spirit Vessel, this game, could be, I mean, it's always good. Even when you're not mitigating heals, it's just, the super urn is fantastic.
How do you like the Lincolns on Clinks this game? I mean, you can stop some stuns, basically. Maybe a last word if you're lucky.
It feels really nice to have Lincolns against heroes like DK. It means you're just not overly reliant on a BKB to deal with his low cooldown single target stun. Same for Wraith King. If he blinks in to stun you, he's got no way to really easily break Lincolns until he gets what he's farming now, the Halberd.
Yeah, somebody else is queuing up Halberd. Phoenix, yeah. He changed his mind though. Okay. Try to pick up an and. It's definitely a better way to deal with all of the whatever they build. It just, no matter what, it's going to cover you. So you time it well. So kind of interesting to see more defense and offensive stuff so far.
He did have a BKB queued up before the Lincolns though, so he obviously changed his mind, wanted the BKB, and was like, wait a second, Lincolns is going to be better than BKB this game, he says.
Yeah, because if he BKBs and gets global silenced anyways, he's still not going to get Syrian arrows.
Yep.
Whereas no matter what, Lincolns is pretty much always online.
Yep.
That's the thought process. More mana regen, stuff like that.
Probably also, like, you know, they may get a blink stun on you before you BKB, whereas Lincoln's is 100% reliable that it will go off. Whether it goes off on the right spell, that's maybe another matter.
Yeah, definitely like that aspect of it. I mean, that's basically what kind of lost OG the game in the previous matches. It was always just an initiation, a stun. That you pop your BKB in time, even if you know they're coming, it's fine. But a Lincoln's definitely makes that harder. He is very close to items he wants to build. So he's like a 2200 gold from Greaves if he needs it. Very good this game. That's another armor set. It actually gives 2 armor base all the time. So that plus Vlad's, he's giving his team 6 armor. Somebody picks up an AC later, we're talking a lot of armor for their team. So they're going to chase the TA though.
It's chasing far. You really want you are. He's going to BKB this time. No TP out.
The TP.
No, didn't feel confident to do so. We'll have another refraction soon. Does look like he's going to be okay here. He can refract and TP himself home, or didn't look to re-engage, which sounds perhaps a bit crazy considering how many heroes Secret are bringing up here. Fad just goes running in with his ultimate, trying to force something up here, and I'm sure not quite reaching with their fissure.
This is one of those moments as a 5 position where you feel awesome. You're like, I dodged that fissure, and then I survived. Didn't have to use global silence, get some spells out. That was pretty good. I mean, they use BKB, but that's the power strafe, man. You're invulnerable when you turn that baby on, so. They can't buy Yule Scepter because he's got a Lincoln Sphere, so yeah, if he strafes, it's hard to get through. Prophet getting caught though. Very, very easy kill. Oh, they're gonna fight more? Okay.
Secret saying we don't care about him. That's just our 5 position, and yeah, Wraith King melts. Here comes the BKB attempted ultimate. Nice global silence as well as the egg there, and Mid-1 did not have enough time to bring it down. Now he goes for the BKB ultimate, gets it off. Resolution BKBs himself, stopping the damage. Still loses a good chunk of his damage here as Phoenix tries to go diving in, slowing and damaging SF, but he had a Manta still, so he even purges that damage off. And both teams, you know, use some BKBs and kill nothing.
Yeah, definitely back and forth fight, but global silence is down. Still a really good grab for Secret in that engagement.
SF is actually kind of annoying to play against this Wraith King, because if you die once, he's going to often have his ultimate ready for you as you respawn, and there's nothing you can do. Yeah. Unless you have like an insta BKB, or in this case global silence, but that doesn't really feel like, it never feels good to use global silence defensively. You want to use it as you engage to secure a kill.
Yeah, absolutely. But on the bright side, both teams are kind of farming a lot, so as long as Secret doesn't get too much out of this next push as a result of that those cooldowns being used, then I don't think VGJ Storm should be too upset. Breaking a bat and ulti at least. They're pretty surrounded on him though. This is a good grab. Do they have another stun? Yeah, Snake King's position is perfect here. He's just waiting for it. Oh, he gets interrupted actually. That means Fada's gonna be able to get out of there. Great scout and attacking there by Puppy. Now he's in trouble. He's got ulti in 2, but they're gonna grab mid-1. His BKB is popped. They're trying to kill him, but he's taking a lot of damage. Running for his life. Fada ulti going off as well. Everybody's getting away.
And they really want to find some more here, but Secret have just managed to disengage so nicely, and they may be in fighting shape fairly soon. Blink, Echo, Yapsor shows up, hits a 4-man fissure as well. They don't have a solution to Yua's TA though, and luckily for Secret, they denied the kill on the Abaddon, taking away some gold from the TA. As the chase is now on. TA showing up.
Bada is
spoiling them.
Very good at suiciding. It's like every single time he gets low, throws out the missed coil to throw his life away. No golden experience for his opponents. They're gonna grab Klink's actually. Oh, is this a kill? He got it.
MSS. Mentioned
What
he's
a snag.
Yeah, he's a player you've always felt stood out on this team and showing it a bit there. As the rest of his team securing Roshan while this is going on.
That was such a big grab. I mean, how much gold did he get out of that one? 1,200. Holy crap. That's huge. Level 16 now. The farther he gets and the closer he gets to Shivas, then everything gets easier. Still a lot of right-click heroes on the enemy team, you know, and especially against things like Treants and stuff. If you have a Shiva's guard, those things don't attack fast at all, unless they have some attack speed bonus from like a, I don't know, like an AC or something.
So Wraith King just popping his ultimate on some creeps, I believe. Since it has that short 40-second cooldown, may as well. You know, you can easily just not fight for the next 30 odd seconds and you're good to go.
It's a good move.
Rather than, going into a fight with, quarter health.
Actually went for Skeleton's damage this game. Haven't seen that much today, but we have definitely seen a lot of Wraith Kings in this position where they're just kind of a little behind in net worth. And they are more of an initiator, jump in, like, attack me kind of a thing. And going AC afterwards just makes this better. His Skeletons are going to attack fast.
We're going to see double Skeletons most likely too. I think he looked at this like, do I need to get the Reincarnation 0 mana? No, that means I can go Skeletons, which means that Skeleton damage is going to be even better.
Yeah, absolutely. And once he gets to AC, he's going to deal so much damage. Even, like, spawning the Skeletons on an enemy hero is going to be kind of incredible. Then he just needs a Bloodthorn afterwards. Give him those crits.
All about the skellies.
Nice deny there by Phoenix. We've changed his mind, going for an Ags actually. He's got the point booster finished. That way you can save somebody on his team, which I think is a pretty good idea.
Yeah, assuming there's no way the egg dies while you're trying to save them. And, Klink's some point is going to be good, but not always solving the egg problem.
It's great. I mean, it's 2 more attacks to destroy it. That's the first aspect. And then he's almost, I guess you have to get to level 25 to get the supernova count, but I mean, we're talking about he hits level 18, which he's almost there. 13 attacks.
Yeah.
That is so many in 6 seconds. That's a lot of focus from a lot of heroes.
Definitely seems very doable that he could save someone in these fights.
Even like Silencer or something could be impactful, can really add up. Yep. Certainly a core that gets caught out of position. Makes their BKBs guarantee come up, unless the egg dies, of course, but... and halberds, I guess. Back to the halberd idea.
Storm, who have this slight gold advantage, trailing earlier on, but things have swung back in their favor. Klinks, who was 8-1 at like, I don't know, 18 minutes
15,
in, is 15 minutes in maybe. Yeah, he's only been involved in a couple kills since then.
I must say his items don't look beautiful right now. They look kind of ugly, like really ugly.
Yeah.
The Maelstrom Lincoln's medallion, these don't even stack technically. It's kind of bizarre, but
you see all these like small items that haven't built into like a good 35-minute item set.
Yeah, I know almost everybody builds Soaring, but I'm not always the biggest fan on it as Klinks for reasons like this.
Well, and you're getting Soaring and Aquila, so that's 1,600 net worth. Yeah, that getting all 3, getting 2 out of 3 maybe. With that said, he went 8-1 at 15 minutes because of having all these 3 items. But
that's true.
The overall game plan did not really come together for Team Secret around that.
I mean, Dragon at this point is actually so hard to kill. VGJ is about to hit 20 as well. He'll be picking up his probably his armor and regen talent, I feel like.
Yep. Probably doesn't feel like he's too poor and underfarmed.
It's 12 armor. 12 armor against these guys is a great pickup. Satanic on Shadow Fiend though. I think he might be dead. He does go down. It's a little 3-shot. But he's rich now. He's got Tranquil Boots. Watch out.
I quite like these halberds. I mean, they're obviously fantastic for the disarm against SF and Klinks, but it's also probably one of the better ways to break Lincolns.
Yeah, that's a good point, yeah.
It's like this instant Lincoln's break with a decent enough cast range, particularly for a hero like DK. It's like similar cast range to your stun.
It's so good this game, I almost don't want him to use it on Lincolns though. They're going to initiate. Good Sunray.
He's being kept alive for a long, long time thanks to that. TA and SF are juking out on the sidelines here and...
Fight to the death here.
Who's going to come out better for this one? TA has the Aegis though, so even if he wins...
Satanic?
Okay. He wins the fight on the SF, but the TA is coming back alive. And I don't know if Mid-One's got a good answer to get out of this one as he gets stunned up. The X there as well. Mid-One is done for. As he does deal with the Aegis, almost killing the Wraith King, but that would have just been his first life. As Wraith King says, yeah, I'm still in. We can keep on fighting. YapzOr almost getting brought down the sides, does end up going down to the damage over time. Rezo just reducing the damage even further thanks to the Breathe Fire. And Ace, no, Fata in trouble. Ace dead as well. They are melting one by one. There's just too much survivability on Secret's side.
Absolutely. Or VGJ Storm side.
Oh yeah, right? Sorry, yeah, VGJ Storm side. Everyone is just incredibly impossible to kill.
Yeah, and all that time that we're watching TA just fight the SF to the death, they're just DK's off doing stuff.
Yep.
And then even when things get a little dicey, he's like, I'll just pop a cheese, no problem. Like it takes so much to work through all of their health. I mean, Silencer's the easy kill, but past that, it's really hard to fight into VGJ Storm now, especially with like a Phoenix Egg backing them. Phoenix Egg's backing them up.
It's where the lineup is very all in with this physical damage on Secret's side, and DK was a great pick when you see Clinks there. Even though this SF came out, it isn't looking all too scary now. We're past the stage where the SF is a problem for the DK.
Yeah, still seems to be a problem for the TA though. Like Yor was not very able to work through the SF fully, but
potential tier 3 tower or even racks here if Secret aren't willing to buy back. They won't have souls in SF. He's just going to go TPing right in, and they don't actually get the.
Oh, they want to kill him?
Yeah, they're going for this kill and get the immediate DK stun off. Mid one does get the BKB off. He needs to lifesteal with the same tank. He's trapped in the Sprout here. The Sunray as well coming on through. Requiem just used kind of defensively there. There's no damage without the souls as Blink Echo Slam doesn't quite land as YapzOr didn't get the hit he was hoping for. I think the Hurricane Pike messing that one up a bit.
Absolutely. It's going to be Snaking's first death. He's got his Blink ready though.
Yes. Can he blink out immediately? Anything to stop it? Nope, he's out of there. Chase is on, but VGJ Storm should be okay here. They've got Egg back up, so they may even re-engage.
Satanic's ready on the SF again, but no BKB this time to save him. A couple low ground misses there. Could have spelled disaster for Secret if they lost that fight, but VGJ Storm doing the right thing. Their Dragonite ultimate's running out. Their cooldowns are pretty much up in a couple places, so take Shrines, and they're going to maybe grab MSS though. Okay, he knows what to do. Many ways to get out of the Sprout. Snake King wants to fight this. Going to have to reflect his own stun though. This is getting kind of weird all of a sudden.
I was surprised that he popped that egg so early, but hey, it actually worked out just fine. That is ultimate going to be forced out, and the Blink DK stun it. Find Puppy here, who's going to get caught up by that silence. His Sunray swooping on through, getting everyone low. Mid one actually BKBs on SF just to survive the Sunray damage. They've lost Fados Abaddon, and they may just go in here.
Need some Arcane Boots on the Dire team. Everybody's really low on mana. Or Blads. You never know. Either would work. Skellies are up though. He did end up going no reincarnation mana cost, trying to play it safe against potential late game Diffusal Blade or other option. But many Skellies will fall here, and Snake King's gonna have to respawn. Reflect some damage with the Blade Mail at least, and they're doing a lot to Ace, but BKB comes out to keep him alive, and every single time Snake King is able to get out with the Blink, it is really paying off this game.
Yeah. Unless you've got something to instantly damage or stun him when he comes out of that reincarnation, it can be very tricky to stop that from happening. And, well, say VGJ Storm there, starting to pull away with this one. They're down a kill, but you can see the gold difference at the top, signaling that things are a-okay for them. They've won fight after fight and put themselves in a good position to perhaps try and take this game around the next Roshan, but both teams secret know how important this is, and we'll be eyeing it off.
Drops a trap in the Rosh pit. The Hex is up on Templar Assassin to help them get these solo pickoffs against heroes like TA, otherwise, or Clinks, otherwise you won't be able to deal with them.
What item did Furion go? Nature's Prophet, that is. Lotus
Orb, yeah.
Okay.
Did see it a couple times in the previous fights, but the weird one actually is Abaddon's changed his mind. Is going to go a Radiance now, feeling like the Greaves isn't going to make the difference, which I can understand.
Yeah.
Like, Global Silence is in no way the problem, and Greaves is actually a very expensive item, even outside of the arcane necessary purchase, but they just need damage. They need to be able to work down their opponents, break TA refractions, stuff like that, and they don't have enough carry potential right now. Shadow Fiend is built mostly defensive items. I mean, this is basically 3 hybrid defensive items, so it's hard for him to out-damage all these guys without like a Silver Edge or something.
From this big war of attrition, that's where Radiance does sound nicer than the Greaves in some ways, because the mischance and just being, you're going to be alive for a long time in these long fights.
Yeah.
It's more time to do Radiance burn damage.
They're pinging every single ward clip. That was a great time for Clinks to be there. Think how many sentries are going to be wasted. Oh wait, they have Gem. 0 sentries exactly, actually. I just can't help but look at Clinks' build and be like, this just doesn't feel good. He hasn't been able to scale, is what it feels like, you know?
the Lincoln's BKB duo, when you have like one slightly offensive item, is Maelstrom even a damage item at this point? Probably not really.
Not much, no. Like, I feel like he goes... Obviously, you're so much better at pushing with Maelstrom. It makes a huge difference, but I feel like having something like an MKB even would be potentially really good against Dragon Knight. I mean, there's so many halberds, right? I think it's just magic damage clinks this time. All in, man.
Get some E-blades and stuff.
I don't know about that, but still needs to attack. But Mjolnir plus MKB, maybe that makes sense.
Sneaking, he's got a halberd of his own queued up. After this AC, his armor's up there, and he'll be mitigating damage of his own.
He's not the tankiest guy. He's got tons of armor, but not that much raw HP. So I think a halberd is actually exactly what he needs. Evasion, some good strength here. Oh, they're actually going in.
Yep, he found Yapsor. That's a great target to go on. Going to take the Earthshaker out of the picture. He does get the Echo Slam off first, but only able to really bring down the Wraith King with that one. Global Silence going to help them chase down mid one, who does get the Requiem off, but the BKB's one off. No chance to Satanic immediately. He's still life-stealing though, but now the DK stun comes in. The egg plays perfectly in the middle of this fight. Ace will bring down the TA, but looks like he should pay for this one with his life. 3 dead on Secret's side as they'll buy back Yapsor, as well as mid one's SF, but that is dead, and feels like maybe Yapsor just needs to buy back immediately as he died, but at the same time he used Echo Slam, so he would not have had a very important tool should he have done so.
And the Echo wasn't even that good. There was a lot of BKBs active. There's tons of skeletons around it, like finished off Wraith King, but that's all it did. Just 40-second cooldown on Reincarnation.
He wants to die. He wants to get that AoE slow off most of the time as a Wraith King too.
It kind of forced out Klink's BKB a little bit earlier than maybe Klink's wanted, but I mean they're just still having damage problems.
Yep.
Couldn't quite make it through the tankiness of VGJ Storm there.
You see the casual Moonshot. This is a very underbought item.
Yeah.
I feel like we talk about heroes getting a lot of buffs and then finally start getting played. Moonshot's in that same spot. It keeps getting more attack speed, more night vision.
It's a good point. I didn't even think about the night vision aspect, but spot heroes. It's a really valuable item right now. 4,000 gold for 140 attack speed, especially on a strength hero who has a lot of raw damage usually with things like Armlet. But no, he actually eats it.
Yeah. Used to kill Roach and he ate it. Didn't have
super efficient, but he does need all these items.
Yeah, it's like, what do you get rid of? Almost approaching the point where you could consider replacing out the Armlet.
So he lost a lot of attack speed there. But,
yes.
It's okay. Well, when he finishes his next item, Maelstrom and a Mjolnir, it's going to be completely fine. It'll offset some of that damage loss. I assume he'll go 40 strength at 25, just pump his HP into ridiculous territory, and the raw damage, obviously, output. Just feels like VGJ Storm has more late game solutions here. Like an AC on Shadow Fiend, is that going to make that big of a difference? Doesn't feel like it to me. But maybe with 5 Presence Armor too, it could make a difference. It's like another -10 armor in an AoE.
It's like another one of these items that, okay, we're having these long drawn out fights, AC is going to be good there, but it almost feels like the wrong approach. You're basically saying, okay, you accept that they're these long drawn out fights, let's get items for it, rather than saying, let's try and shorten the fight. Let's go, like, you know, all in on some burst damage, a magic damage SF, whatever else it may be, because...
You definitely can't do that this game, though, because there's so many tanky heroes, right? Like, and a lot of them have BKBs. Like, TA is not going to be killable unless you land a Hex on her or something like that.
That's why I wouldn't have minded seeing, like, I mean, a Blink Hex type build could have maybe worked out okay.
Okay, I mean,
at least gives you an initiation.
Actually goes Nullifier in the Wraith King, not for, I thought he was going to get Radiance because of the Relic, but this makes a lot of sense. I mean, it's kind of an item that functions the way that his hero does. Blinks in, stuns somebody. But the cool thing is, Skellies with Nullifier, you're like perma-slowing somebody, actually.
There you go.
So that's pretty sick. One cool way to make it work. Stat-wise, terrible item. You're getting like 6 or 5 damage bonus, but the active, very useful sometimes. Especially against all the BKBs you're up against.
Yeah. Hard against the Clinks with Lincolns, but SF is in a bad spot. If he gets jumped on with the Nullifier and stunned up, he would just melt.
Absolutely. So turtle time. Guess they're going to get most of the bounty runes, most likely now. JK, Ace is going to snag some. Queuing up a Daedalus of his own. This is actually what he really needs. He definitely needs some damage kick out here. Grab one of the bounties. You are realizing the Clinks is in the area, at least. But oh, it's just a random hero. He also wanted a bounty to get one. That poor guy. They saw him coming.
He TP'd for it, but
yeah. Wait.
He's got double Vlad. Ooh, that's not a good look.
2 Vlads. That ain't good. Possible kill here for Resolution. Or for the Soul. Fada's very tanky. They do have 2 Vlads almost in this fight. See? Man, he's just actually invulnerable right now.
Yeah.
Maybe a lot of that was misses as well, but still.
That's part of his progression, adding that Halberd on in. And to the high ground we perhaps go as VGJ Storm. Just the Nature's Prophet dead, not the biggest of kills, but still a kill nonetheless. As there we go, there's the Nullifier initiation, but it does get purged off immediately.
This Dodge Man strafe is broken. Skill's so good. Can't dispel somebody if it doesn't hit in the first place. Mid one gets his ultimate off, trying to slow down the VGJ Storm, and they are slowing them down a bit, but short moment later, they should be pretty close to full heal, and they're still pinging a little. They're holding things off, though. Are slowing down their opponents a bit. Abaddon very close to Radiance. Once he gets the aphotic shield, though, that's where things get really crazy on Abaddon, but maybe different because he's a core. We'll see.
Do you think that Secret's best hope right now is just kind of dragging this out as much as possible?
Man, I don't know. It's a Rapier is something that makes sense to me right now. It feels like they just have a lot of heroes that are not quite at viability. Even like an SF having a Rapier would make me feel better, a Daedalus or something, but there's just so much armor on VGJ Storm. Like maybe if they get like a Silver Edge or something, maybe that's the move. Reduces armor by 24, kill him then. But they don't have nullifiers, they just don't have the transition.
And it speaks to their desperation that they're queuing up a Rapier even. There's this element of like, what do we even do? We can't kill anyone. We can't make plays, we're just losing this game. Even if they've got every single rack standing still, but they just feel powerless.
Yeah, they barely have any vision outside of their base after all, running treants around to spot for stuff, but that's about all they got. And now they're just hitting every single building separately. They're gonna get Templar Assassin though. Close. No chain stun, hasn't popped BKB yet. There goes down now. And she's gonna escape, but in the meantime, they're taking damage on the other buildings. Every single building is taking damage.
Storm figured out the way to break through the base. Okay, we can't straight up win a head-on team fight as well, but we can just kind of split push this game. We've got heroes that are pretty well suited for it, in fact. Top racks going down as mid lane. Wraith King dies once, but Reincarnation, he's back alive. He's ready to go once again. He's ready to rumble, as is DK. Resolution with the Sunray backing him up is taking literally no damage. Somebody deal with this big bad dragon, and once again TA in the bottom lane, low on health, took tier 3, took the range racks, and
doesn't have blink. This could be bad for him.
Okay, has blink
no
now. TA brought into the egg. Can they kill the egg in time? There's a BKB and the double. They're gonna both die.
Oh, that's a big mistake.
Fortunate. Perhaps did not realize the Clinks was behind Invis.
Yeah, and TA was maybe all right.
She had, but I think her blink came back up and the damage hadn't actually broken it.
She Melt Strike broke her invis, but at the same time I think there was a fissure or something like that. Yeah, that's definitely, sorry man, I definitely got you killed. Because there was a lot that TA maybe could have done. I think his BKB was not, it was used already, right? Yeah, I think he had already used BKB.
Yeah, I believe so too.
Or maybe that was the previous fight. I think that was the previous fight.
Either way, they still find themselves in a great position. That was like, hey, we just took all 3 tier 3s, we took 2 melee Rexes and a range Rex in different lanes. There's a lot of pressure on Secret now. There's no Roche or anything for them to take right away.
And that was a lot of attacks. That was like, so actually, you know, I think it looks like the numbers are wrong. It should be 19 attacks, if I'm not mistaken.
With the talent? No, I think 16
is 16?
Yeah,
okay.
I believe that's right.
That's a lot. A lot of attacks.
Yes. But Clinks with Strafe and SF, who's BKB'd, so he didn't have any attack speed slows on him.
And they got an AC? Hell yeah.
No halberds as well were used.
I actually really like this talent a little bit better on Clinks a few times I played him, because your strafe duration goes up to 7.5 seconds. That's 50% uptime of dodging any projectile.
What's the other one?
Double Cyrano. Cyrano's multi-shot, fantastic at pushing lanes and stuff like that, but if you have a Maelstrom, like, there's no question in my mind that the strafe duration is better here.
Yeah.
So, uptime is going to be huge.
Halberd from Rezo. He just wants to keep things delayed. They don't want to buy back here. And it doesn't look like they're going to have to.
This is a tanky boy.
Yeah. Snake King will also poke his nose around the corner to let Secret know he's there, and also, similarly, allow Phoenix to respawn. And now we are in that full-on 5v5, where Secret probably don't want to take a team fight. Sparta gets gone on, so they may have to, as Requiem gets launched out very early on, so losing a bit of their damage here, but does negate some of the damage output on the VGJ Storm side. There's an egg on the backlines here, pretty nicely placed. No way to kill it off or deal with it. That's going to stun at least a couple of heroes here. Barely clips the Abaddon, doesn't actually catch the SF, as Prophet TP's back in. DK now BKB, he wants to hold his ground, fight in the front lines, taking on mid one, who does have Satanic, but it's already being used. He's disarmed as well. He gained brought low, he pops, as does Fada, whose ultimate was still on cooldown. And now VGJ Storm full on chase. Puppey gets hexed up. MSS with that dive range is just going to chase him on down and put VGJ Storm in a fantastic spot here in game number 1.
They did a great job covering each other there, but I mean the same principle is there. Rezo just actually is unkillable. I've never seen a Dragon Knight so invulnerable as in this game. That pick has actually made every team fight so straightforward. Just net worth advantage, and all of a sudden 4.5 HP, he's healing 60 HP per second. It's a lot. Maybe get a TA kill bottom here.
Chain stun is good. Yep, so using the Echo Slam to make sure they get the kill. TA not opting to buy back, maybe just saying, look, we don't... Okay, there we go, there's the buyback. Wondering if they want to go for this killing blow here. Snaking in the front lines, doesn't care about his first life, as he's going to slow everyone with that ultimate. He's going to come back to life, just needs to make sure he doesn't die a second time. It's Resolution who they're kind of focusing here. Can they actually bring down the big bad Dragon Knight? Sure as hell looks like they've put a good chance at it, and they will do so. He gets totemed by Yapzor, brought down. Nice little bounty for them, but costs them a lot of buybacks.
I feel like a lot of these lost team fights are literally that Secret hasn't been able to get Spirit Vessel charges until now.
Oh, yeah.
Like, there's
Against
every
DK.
single fight they're trying to kill DK and they just can't kill him. But now they finally got some kills. He gets some Spirit Vessel charges and it's completely different. Killing his regen by 70%, and then it's just like just right click him enough until he finally goes down.
So this is the first time I've ever seen Shadow Fiend get this level 25 talent.
The minus armor. I mean, it's a great game for it,
yes.
arguably. They all do physical. It doesn't matter they have a lot of armor. It's still probably better to get the presence. It's not that many actives to reduce cooldown.
Yeah,
so.
it's the shorter cooldown on your BKB, your Requiem a bit. Like, I fully understand why mid one got at this game of all games, and it makes sense. I think you could very easily justify the cooldown reduction still because of the BKB, Satanic. But at the same time, it is a game of right clicks.
Minus 16 AoE armor is what he's throwing around right now. That's huge. Especially against heroes like Wraith King. He's got all this armor all game, but it's actually going to be heavily reduced. Heroes like Silencer got to be careful too. So you might get the tower here. Ooh, very close.
Yeah, I would have perhaps liked that one to take out these shrines here, and that could have made taking Roche a little bit trickier for Storm. As it stands, if the Roche fight does happen, they'll solve a shrine here, which is just nice to be able to, you know, if someone dies and buys back, they can instantly TP to that shrine.
Yep. A little worried to do it for now, I guess. For reasons like this, running through the jungle.
Yep.
Still got the gem though. He's got SVG's gem. He's a very rich 5 right now. He's got a 4 staff.
GPM talent.
Oh, that's true.
He's still the poorest here in the game as well, but Secret also have a 5 position who farms a lot in Nature's Prophet. Is actually the 3rd most farmed hero in the team.
That's pretty good.
But I don't feel like the farm has been put in the most impactful ways. Oh, Resolution. Blink Sync gets a stun on the backlines here, wants the Shaker, and that's Yapzor down. He needs to buy back immediately, does do so. SF is also dead without buyback, and oh my god, this fight is going horrifically for Secret. The egg can't be dealt with as well. They're forced to just scatter away from this one, but the problem is they're being chased down. Blink forward, they're going to find the DK, break the link, and stun him up, and bring him down. No buyback for SF. Blinks will immediately use his snaking.
This could be his life. Yeah. Oh yeah, absolutely. Buybacks here. He's going to end up getting worked down by Puppey.
It's going to be a kill.
They can still chase though, but no dive.
Go for Roach, or they want the fire. I feel like you're buying back here. You want to take this fight knowing SF cannot buy back. Sunray flying on through, trying to make sure they get both these kills. Yapzor, he was stuck in the trees, but he also couldn't be hit, so he gets the blink out. Puppey, no way. Does he TP out? Okay, they get the vision. They do bring him down. Yapzor also does not have a TP, so it looks like he's going down as well.
Possibly killing the creep wave because he expected to die anyways. That Curse of the Silent, it pushes the creep wave, so it buys him 30 seconds, I guess, but that still
feels
a while.
Like this could be it. Mega creeps coming in, or potentially just going for the throne. 3 heroes without buyback. not much Secret can do with just 2.
I mean, they can definitely kill through backdoor with everybody here, especially with the TA coming. Creeps are here anyways. Last Rax is going to fall here, and maybe Secret can buy some time. This SF is up in 35 seconds at least, but he's still not a huge damage dealer.
Yep. Ace is going for the enemy team's throne, but Phoenix is there, and he's not even close to this, I don't feel. He's going to BKB, but that BKB is not going to last very long. Elsewhere, Fata gets his ultimate out. The Clinks is being forced back. Only takes 1 tier 4 tower, not even going to get close to the second one. Knows that maybe the best he can do is try and hunt down this Phoenix, but it's going to be the rest of his team melting on the other side of the map. It is all over for Secret here. I believe SF about to respawn. There's still creeps in the base, so they've still got 2 heroes left to try and defend this with, but there's just no damage. They killed the TA. She exited that buyback. Resolution going to BKB, hit the throne, bring it down and secure game 1.
Very, very good game. Looked pretty rough for VGJ Storm in the early laning stage, but by mid-game, man, they just kind of did whatever they wanted in teamfights, and everything slowed down a lot. Secret never got very good ground in the mid-game. Like, all the advantage that they had, it just didn't translate much. So, like, weak stuns, maybe not the best diving heroes that require a lot of farm to be